Now a musician. You've played in the AT&T Pro-Am, which is part of the PGA Tour schedule. You've played in the American Century, which is a celebrity golf tournament, right? And you've played in the Diamond Resorts Invitational. Can you talk a little bit about what you think the differences are and how the Diamond Resorts compares to that?
Well, yeah, thank you. Thank you guys for being here. They're all a little different, but I mean, as far as the overall experience and now having the senior tour players, having some of the LPGA Tour players, you know, I mean, it's unbelievable the access that you have. It's a little more here at the Diamond Resort than any of the other events. And when you throw in the concerts and everything with it, I just haven't seen, honestly, I haven't seen a better event ran anywhere than what goes on at the Diamond Resorts event. So I hadn't seen one any better.
Thank you, sir. Okay, Cole, you're next. First off, everybody's really excited about tonight's show. Happy to have you here.
I'm excited as well, I promise you that.
Cole came in, he played in Phoenix last night. He's out with Dirks Bentley, and they've been having a big time on the What the Hell tour, and so he came in from Phoenix and was nice enough to get up early and come in and do this for us, so we appreciate it. Cole, look, I said earlier, you know, you're the first person in country music history. Your first 7 singles went to the top, the #1, in a relatively short period of time. That's amazing. You are relatively new to the celebrity golf circuit, and one of the things that we try to do at Diamond Resorts is really include music. Music is a big part of what we do. We have great concerts in the evening, but from a professional musician's standpoint, that is really as good as there is in the business right now. Tell us your thoughts and tell the media your thoughts about what you experienced at the tournament last year.
Yeah, so I'm one of the newer ambassadors, but you know, Colt actually told me about this whole thing before I got to meet Mike, and just what a great deal it was, and I got to find out for myself. Last year was my first time there. I even got up one of the nights and played some acoustic songs that was kind of unannounced, just because I was having such a good time, and everybody that's associated, Mike, Coach, everybody with Diamond that I've met, you know, they take care of you how you should be, and I think, you know, when we get to use our talents for a good cause and to be around people that you know, that you admire. I mean, sitting up here with Roger Clemens, for God's sake, that's unbelievable to me. And this turn, and Colt Ford and Blair, everybody. But yeah, I mean, I felt like a kid. I remember walking up and just seeing all these professional athletes that I idolized, and they're up there playing golf and can all beat me at golf, and I was thankful that, you know, I stuck to writing songs. I'm by no means a professional, but to be in that environment, and like I said, I'm excited. I'm headlining the whole event this year. I'm going to be playing with my whole band, and just to be around that atmosphere, people you know, you can't believe you're around. It's a cool event, and I will say playing golf in front of people on camera is a little more nerve-wracking than me playing music in front of thousands of people. So I'm just glad to be a part of it, and just glad to be an ambassador. I haven't met a better group of folks than Diamond. So,
thank you, sir. And now, Miss Blair O'Neal, you know, one of the most popular, if not the most popular host on the Golf Channel. She moves the needle with the ratings every time she gets on there. Blair, what we want you to talk a little bit about is how much fun you have kicking the boys' butt, you know, really, I told you, Blair, I told you she's top 10 the last 2 years, playing from the same tees as the guys. And you heard me say in my opening remarks that she was a great collegiate player, 2-time long drive champion. And you have had some professional experience, but you do play in the celebrity division. But just give them your overall thoughts about that.
Yeah, I mean, I've played on tour. I've played on all the tours all around the world, really, and playing in the Diamond Resorts Invitational has been an amazing experience for me. It's so much fun. You know, you bring up playing with the guys. It's so much fun to play with these guys. And what I would say is you would be surprised at how good they are. You know, we've got the entertainers, the athletes, but they love golf and they play golf every day, for the most part. For the most part. Some of these guys do. So that's what I was very, very much impressed with. It's just how good they are. And the friendships that I've made, the tournament is so well run. It's just a great experience and a blast. It's one of the favorite weeks that I look forward to every year to play in. So, yeah, I mean, it's fun to kick the boys' butts. Well, this will be my 3rd year playing, so hopefully, you know, I can go out there, play well, and have a good finish, and keep up with these guys who crush the ball. So it's a good time.
Thank you, Blair. That's awesome. So next up is, as I said earlier, you know, arguably one of the best people to ever toe the rubber in professional baseball, 7 Cy Youngs. He's been on the biggest stage that you can possibly be on in professional baseball. So Rocket, from the competitive side of things, the question for you really is, now that you play in a lot of these, PGA style celebrity golf tournaments, is this a way to kind of transfer that competitive edge that you had in Major League Baseball into something that you can enjoy doing later in life?
Yeah, I agree, Michael. I think that's the coolest thing about it, being around a lot of great golfers. And like Blair said, some of these athletes are, this one of my rides, really good. And you can watch these guys and get out there and enjoy it. I remember a couple years ago, you guys came to us and said, look, we're going to take this to a new level. And that's what y'all did at Diamond Resort. I mean, it gets better and better each year. It's really cool to see all the celebrities and the fans that come out to watch us. A little nerve-wracking at time. I wish they'd let me throw one every now and then out of a bunker or something. But just a great deal of fun. I can remember last year I played with this one right here, and I was trying to stay up with her, and she came out of the gate and just was nailing it. And well, the first reaction I had, I'll just tell this quick tidbit, is that I was going to the first tee, and I realized I was playing with Blair, and I turned the corner, and she's on the tee already. Now, I made a lot of money with these legs, and her legs were better looking than anybody's around. I felt so embarrassed. I went in the woods and did like squats. Yeah, you're welcome. But no, she hit it fantastic. It was a lot of fun to watch. I think we had Lee Jansen with us.
Yeah, we did.
And I mean, it's just fun to watch these guys and girls hit the ball, and we have a blast. And then these two guys do their thing at night. It's a big time. So thanks for the invite, and I love it that all the fans come out.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you, Rocket. And my last question before I turn it over to the media for their questions, this is a great time to be in Las Vegas and be one of the greatest hockey players in the world with the Las Vegas Golden Knights coming to town and with all the media and hype around that. And so really, Mike, I really wanted you to kind of focus your remarks really on professional hockey and the NHL coming to Las Vegas. I think it'll be very meaningful for the people that are here today to hear from you.
Well, it's great to be here, Mike. Thank you for having me, and everybody for being here. These guys coming too. It's it's exciting for Vegas. I think it goes back to the middle of the '90s when we had expansion with San Jose and Anaheim. Nashville came into the NHL, and we moved from Minnesota to Dallas, and Phoenix came down from Winnipeg. So there was a lot of growth and expansion in the NHL in the mid-'90s, and it's turned out to be amazing for the game, the overall growth of it, and the minor hockey situations across the country. So it is a bit of a learning curve. You go into we thought going to Dallas was, obviously you're not biggest hockey, area of the country. Coming from Minnesota, it was cowboy country, obviously, so we had a lot of inner battles with them as far as getting on the newspaper and the front page in the news. So, but it worked out. It worked out amazingly. We're excited to be inbound in Texas, and so, I think the NHL did a great thing moving here to Vegas. You'll see it's going to be a phenomenal novelty for fans who come into the town, and for local people who've been transplanted from maybe the Midwest or out east, that you have the chance to see some hockey again. So it's like I said, it's done amazing things for the NHL, the growth of the game from the minor hockey up, and then you had a first overall pick from Scottsdale, Arizona, so you see a lot of young kids playing the game, so it's just getting better and better.
Thank you, Mike. Yeah, that's awesome. We're going to now take a question from the media. So if you would, please, before you go, just one quick announcement. Once you all go through and ask your questions, I just want to let you know for the media, the celebrities will be available for you here to answer any other questions. But we do have a question or two that we want to get through from each of you. So who would like to go first? Yes, sir.
I'll go. Hi, I'm Dennis Overson, CBS Sports Radio and our local NBC affiliate here, KSNB Channel 3 Television. I'm trying to remember, Blair, when you were on my show, it was probably about 3 or 4 months ago, and we were talking about these special pancakes or something that you meant. Am I right? Am I close?
My pancakes?
So let me repeat the question so that everyone in the audience knows. So the question for Blair is that when she was on the CBS radio show, the gentleman host here, they had a discussion about a special pancake. So Blair's going to touch on the pancake.
Like cooking, huh?
You're cooking, yeah.
I love to cook. I travel so much, so when I'm home, I actually just love to cook and try new recipes. So we were talking about my pancakes. Yes, go on.
Yeah, no, we had a great interview. Anyway, my question to you is, you play in a lot of these, and when you walk up to the tee, and for somebody that is living on another planet maybe that doesn't know who you are, they kind of look at you and they go, oh God, we're playing with a girl, and blah, blah, blah. How shocked are they? How surprised are they? How taken aback are they when you're knocking the ball 50 yards past them?
Well, first off, that's the best scenario that you can have. When you get them blindsided, you know, they don't know you can play and you can hit the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. You know, they don't realize,
terrible.
and then I catch the ball, and I mean, they figure it out pretty quick.
Yeah. Do you actually see the egos kind of shrinking?
It's funny playing with guys because guys have much bigger egos. Sorry, guys, but you do.
Oh, we all do.
I know you can hit it further than me. I have zero problem.
So, I mean,
Pancakes, really.
let's face it, most of these guys don't like it when a girl walks up to the tee and hits it further than them. But hey, it is what it is. It's fun.
That's right. I tell them there's an automatic 2-stroke penalty if they do that. With me, yeah. But you're a very good player. I know you had a great college career, and
Thank you.
It's got to be a lot of fun for you going all around, representing your brand and playing all over.
It is. I'm enjoying it, and Diamond Resorts is, like I said, one of the weeks that I look forward to playing every year. So it'll be fun, but it's a great time.
I've got a question for Colt too, if I can, because I got excited when I heard Colt. I thought it was maybe Colt Nost, who lives
Way better
near
looking.
Blair. Oh yeah, and way better. He's a good guy. Anyway, when you play with a lot of very good amateurs, a lot of very good celebrities, does that get your juices going, maybe to get back in the game, so to speak, and start playing professionally again?
No, it does not.
You don't miss it?
No, I do sometimes, and people always ask what's the difference between playing golf for a living and playing music for a living. Well, we know what we make before we even start when we're playing music. I mean, golf you don't know till you get finished, so I like that scenario way better. It's easier to plan things, but there's times when I do miss. I mean, I enjoy playing, and I'll get to play more, and it'll get really good again, and all of a sudden I can shoot under par again, and then we'll go a month, and it just doesn't. I don't get to play, and then it goes away. It doesn't. It used to could come back really fast. It doesn't happen like that anymore for me. So, but it's just you realize where the game has evolved, just golf in general. And I mean, every girl that played in the event last year hit it further than I did. So I don't like any of them. I mean, I'm just kidding. Now Lexi, I played with Lexi the first day, and I'm like, I have never seen a girl hit iron shots like that. I mean, like hit down that hard on it. I mean, it's fun to be a part of. You just realize where the game's gone, and but I don't think I have any desire to go back to doing that. Everybody wants to go, when you turn 50, today's my birthday. I'm 48 today. So, but I also realize the guys that I grew up playing with that are also 48 that'll be 50 in a couple of years. I mean, like Jim Furyk and Phil Mickelson, and I don't want to go do that. I'll just keep playing music. It's way better.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for those questions. Next question.
Hey, Rocket, Darrell Johnson, New York Sports Day. Good to see you again. We talked about hockey coming to Vegas. Do you think Major League Baseball will ever make it to Las Vegas?
I'm not sure that they will. It just depends on what happens, down the road with, something like Montreal, where it's just not happening. Somebody doesn't, has a little issue with a stadium or something like that. But right now, I think everybody's pretty much where they're going to be for a while anyway. So, again, I think they're a AAA team. Is a AAA team, I think, here, and it's AA, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and we've done some stuff with them out here. I'm doing a little work, obviously, with my hometown team, Houston. But right now, I think everybody's pretty much locked in where they need to be. So it'd be fun. You just have to stay away from the casinos.
Thank you.
Yeah, Gary Goodell, freelance. Cole Swindell, 25-city tour. Where do you fit in golf?
What's that now?
How do you fit in golf in a 25-city tour?
Oh my gosh.
Where's your time?
Well, this year has been, I've had a chance to go out and play. My schedule the past 3 years has been so hectic. I had stuff starting in the morning and all day and didn't really get a chance to play, but now I've got it to where, especially on this tour with Dirks Bentley I'm on, that I don't have to be back to the venue till like 4 or 5 sometimes, so I can go out in the morning, play some golf. And honestly, for me, I don't know, sitting on that bus all day, everybody thinks we get to travel and see the world, but if you don't get out of the venue and get off the bus and go do something, you're just kind of stuck there. So that's my escape. Music is what I love, but golf is my other passion. I just wish I was a little, I could play a little better at times, but I'll take writing songs and singing them and getting to play golf every chance I get. But that's definitely my number one thing when I'm on tour, to just get off the bus, go play some golf, and then get to play music later on that night. I can't think of a better scenario for a guy like me.
Well, maybe Blair can get you out playing.
I'm trying to get her to give me some tips this week in Arizona, Phoenix. So yes, we're gonna work on it all. Yeah, all of it.
Okay. Yes, Steve.
Mike, can you what's your best assessment of how the Golden Knights will do this season, first season out of the box, don't necessarily know one another?
Well, that's going to be the big, I think, growing pains that they're going to find to have. You went through the expansion draft. You got a lot of guys that they may know one of each other, familiar with one of each other, but you got to get close. You got to, build some relationships. You got got a new coach, new surroundings, new everything. So it does give these guys a lot of, a second start, a fresh, clean slate to kind of grow from. Being able to grow a game from the ground level was something I really kind of prided myself with Dallas and Texas area. So I loved it. It was a challenge to do it, but it grew and took off, and then we had a successful team there. So. It's going to be a little bumpy road. It's going to be a little rocky there at the start. For us, it was the same way. It was a little bit of a novelty for the first 4 or 5 years, and then the honeymoon kind of wears off, and then people expect you to be successful, have some fun, get some wins, make some runs in the playoffs. So it's going to be it'll be challenging for these guys, but give it time, give it patience. But from the players I saw that got in the expansion and through the draft, I mean. People are expecting to, be possibly playoff bound first year, which would be amazing.
And the season ticket sales are powerful.
They are. I mean, it's a first for everything. It's the first time you have a pro sports team in Vegas. I think I'm glad the NHL beat everybody to it. I think it's an opportunity for the game to really grow, and you have a lot of people come to Vegas throughout the season, throughout the year to come see their favorite team, but. Nonetheless, you gotta, you grow it from the home within your local fan base, and as that grows, you're gonna have some fans and players that want to come here as free agents. You're gonna be able to lure them here, and when you have a good team, that's easy to do.
Yeah, I have one question for Roger, if I may. Roger, in Major League Baseball, it seems like that the rules are changing, and frankly, from when I grew up playing in the game, and in your era, they're softening a lot, right? I mean, you got the inability to run over a catcher at home plate now. You can't take the guy out at second base. You got to go directly in. It seems like, for some reason, that home runs are kind of at an all-time high, and you got hitters that want to celebrate and jump around, and the game's kind of changing. And you were a guy that kind of took care of business out there and didn't mind pitching in a little bit. And my question is, are they taking that away from the pitcher today? Has that shifted as well?
Yeah, so questions, Michael. I'm not a big fan of the replay where the guy's clearly safe at second and he might have a piece of his clothing come off the base for a second, and the second baseman or shortstop rides him all the way through. They go to replay, came off by an inch, he's out. So I'm not a big fan of that. Obviously, the running over the catcher stuff is the dollars we're paying guys. We're playing our players again right now. You're trying to keep guys healthy. Same kind of rules in football. Pitching inside's pitching inside. You don't see much of it during the season. I think when there's a finality to everything, the playoffs start, you'll see some of these big boys. My job as a pitcher, I wanted the hitter to feel very uncomfortable standing in the plate. And when I pitched inside, I had to learn to pitch inside at Fenway Park at 21 years of age when I got called to the big leagues. If I didn't, the likes of Reggie Jackson and Kingman and Luzinski and all these Fisk, all these great guys, they hit the ball a long way. So I make a 17-inch plate, a 24-inch plate. Obviously, throughout my career, there was a handful of times where I had to protect my teammates, and that's just part of the game, no different than, I always chuckled about how big of a deal they'd show a MLB fight or brawl. You might get one punch in, and then it's a pile up, and you just hope you don't get stepped on and cleated in the face or something. and they're like, "Oh my gosh, did you see this?" And then the sports announcer on the nightly news goes right to hockey, and this guy's wearing somebody out, or they're just wearing something. It's awesome. It's awesome, you know. So it wasn't you. So, but yeah, it's changed. The game's changed a little bit. The height of the mound. There's a lot of things that have changed that you know, for a power. I'm a power pitcher. I wasn't a power thrower, so it was a big difference. But there's a lot of changes. I don't think you'll ever take the umpire. People were asking me about the strike zone and if it's going to be like tennis where you can look at it electronically. I just don't see that taking that human factor out of it. I do miss a little bit of the replay stuff because, you know, you think about, you know, Lou Piniella going out there and arguing and the excitement and the fans get to see all that. So a little bit's changed, but they're trying to protect the guys and so, you know, I get that part of it.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah. Well, listen, once again, we'd like to say thank you to all of our media and all of our Diamond Resorts owners and our guests that have come out for today's West Coast Media Day. We're kicking off the Diamond Resorts Invitational here on the West Coast. We'll be doing an East Coast media kickoff as well. Thank you all so much for taking your time and coming out and helping us kick this off. And we're very excited about the 2018 Diamond Resorts Invitational. Thank you. Thank you.
Where do you want me? Right in the middle.
Yeah, in here. Maybe a little bit. I need help. Raise your hand so we know what it is. All right. We good? One here? Right. 3, 2, 1. Thanks, everyone.